Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh. What is up, guys? Today we're going to be doing obviously another paper, and it's Feb March 2024, and of 20 of obviously paper 2 now, because on I think the 3rd of June is your physics paper 2, and this paper is one of the hardest because Feb March is usually the hardest papers because I believe it's held in India, so it's one of the hardest papers. So yeah, we'll be doing this and I'll be showing you how to attempt those questions, and let's go. It's for 40 marks obviously, and you have to complete it in 45 minutes. I would suggest you complete in 40 minutes and then rest 5 minutes should be in checking. Okay, so yeah, let's begin. Okay, so first question: a student has a measuring cylinder containing water and also has a balance. So she has a measuring cylinder and she has a balance. Which of these could she use to find the volume of a small metal sphere? She has no other apparatus, so she wants to find the volume. So how could she find which apparatus does she need to find the volume of a small metal sphere? So the first option is either the measuring cylinder containing water or the balance. This is wrong. If it was still here, then it would be correct, but this is wrong, or the balance, because you can't find volume with a balance, right? How can you find volume with a balance? Balance is for mass, right? Balance is for mass. So this is, and you need to find volume here, so this is wrong. So this is wrong. Then we have the measuring cylinder only, and this is correct, because you to find volume of a small metal sphere, we use the immersion, right? We first do the initial volume, which is only of water and measuring cylinder, and then we do the final volume, which is of a small metal sphere, volume and then volume of the measuring cylinder and water, right? And then we just minus to find the volume of a small metal sphere. So you just need the measuring cylinder only. You don't need the balance only, because balance is wrong, and then neither the measuring cylinder nor the balance, yeah, that's wrong as well, because she has no other apparatus. So B is the correct answer. Then we move on to question 2. What is the resultant force on the object? So we know that to find the resultant force, we do 4 minus 3, not 4 plus 3, which will give us 7, but this is wrong, and we do this, and it's 1 Newton. So this is correct. So C and D is wrong obviously, and it's going to be between A and B. Now you know that this is 4 and this is 3, so 4 is more than 3, and this is the right side, and that's left. Since 4 is greater than 3, it's going to go to the side with 4 is right, so it will be B. Okay, a ball is falling towards the ground. Which transfer energy between energy stores is taking place? So a ball is falling towards the ground. Okay, we know that when a ball like example, it's at sky here, let's say at sky, and this is ground. Okay, so as the ball goes down from sky to ground, at the sky it has GPE, right? Gravitational potential energy, and then as it falls down, it gets kinetic energy. So it's from GPE to kinetic energy, so it will be gravitational potential energy to kinetic energy. It will not be elastic, because there's no mention of string or anything. It will also be not elastic here, so it will be wrong. And then kinetic energy to gravitational potential energy is also wrong. So kinetic energy to gravitational potential energy is also wrong, because it's first from GPE to KE. Okay, which row contains one scalar quantity and one vector quantity? So its energy is scalar and velocity is vector, so it will be A. Mass and time are both scalar. Both are scalar. Momentum and weight are both vector, and distance and temperature, distance is scalar, temperature is scalar. Okay, the table gives data about 4 liquids, W, X, Y, and Z. None of the liquids mixes with any of the other liquids, so this is important because they don't mix. So let's take, we have this. We have container, so this, and then it has W, X, Y, and Z, right? All the liquids are put in the same container to settle to form 4 separate layers. Which statement is correct? Okay, so we know that if you want to find which is on top of the other, we need to find density, and we know that density is mass over volume, right? Need to know the formulas. So now we need to find density. So we can find density of this liquid over here, liquid W. We do 10 divided by 10, which is 1. You can write grams per, let's just write grams per cent. Wait, let's just write D over here, like make a separate column. Wait, my writing is not writing. Yeah, and this will be in grams per centimeter cube. So this is 1 because that's just 10 divided by 10. Then let's just make it like this first. Okay, then we have 20 divided by 15, so it's 1.3. Then we have 30 divided by 50, which is 0.6. And then we have 40 divided by 50, which is 0.8. Okay, so which statement is correct? So we know that the less dense one, less density is equal to more, what do you mean? It floats, right? It floats on the others, or is above the other. Above, right? My bad. Floats and then is above, right? So W forms the layer below X. So W is this and X is this. So 1 and 1.3. 1.3 is obviously, 1 is obviously less than 1.3, right? So it has less density, so it should be above, but it says over here that it forms below, so this is wrong. Then X forms the top layer. X is 1.3. No, that's wrong. It forms the most lowest because it has the highest density. Highest density will always be at the most lowest point. It will not float, so this is wrong. Y forms the bottom layer. Y is 0.6, and that is correct because it has the lowest density, so it will be the most above. Oh no, sorry, my bad. Forms the bottom layer. No, this is wrong. This is wrong because, oh, I thought it said top layer. Yeah, it forms bottom layer, then that's wrong. The bottom layer will be X and the top layer will, so this is interchange basically. And then Z forms the layer below Y. What is Z? Z is 0.8. Y is 0.6. Forms the layer above? Yes, because 0.6 is less dense, so it will be above, right? Y will be above Z, or basically Z will be below Y, so that's correct. Okay, then question 6. A weightless beam is balanced on a pivot as shown. Forces P, Q, and R act on the beam. Which equation is correct? Okay, so over here, which equation is correct? Okay, so over here we know that anti-clockwise, which is like this, and anti-clockwise moment is equal to clockwise moment, right? Meaning that this side is equal to this side, right? So if you look at this side and this side, you can see that over here we have P and Q, and then over here R. These are like the forces, right, as I've mentioned. So how do we find the momentum for this side? In this side we know that it's going to be P times T, right? Because this is the perpendicular, this is the force, and this is the perpendicular distance from the pivot, so it's P times T. Now you may think that since it's anti-clockwise moment and we also have the Q above, so it'll be plus Q times b for the whole momentum, but you're wrong. It will not be plus. Wait, it will not be plus. It will be p times d minus q times p, because this is acting upwards and this is acting downwards. So we need to find the resultant force or the resultant momentum. So since these are acting in opposite direction, we need to find the resultant, and so it will be is equal to this side, which is r times a. So it will be this option. Okay, an object is moving at positive 3 meter per second. A force acts on the object. After time, the object is moving at minus 4 meter per second. The mass of the object is 5 kg. What is the change in momentum? So we know change in momentum is equal to mass times v minus u, which v is the final momentum. Final momentum is this as they're given, so it'll be 5 times minus 4 minus plus 3, which is just 5 times minus 7, and that's 35. So it'll be minus 35. So it'll be minus 35 because momentum is a vector quantity, so it has a direction and it will be negative.